Laugh to keep from crying, that's what got me through. Walked through all the shadows, still God pulled me through. Life hit me with battles, but I made it somehow. Laugh to keep from crying, look at me now.
Welcome back to Laugh to Keep from Crying. You're listening to CJNA After Dark. Always remember, I'm doing this to heal, never to hurt. Just to recap, last time we talked about a wake-up call that should have made me see things differently. But you live and you learn. So today, let's talk about it. After everything that happened, I finally had to sit back and do some self-reflection. What's the saying? All good things come to an end. Well, in this case, it wasn't good. I just saw it as me getting enjoyment and fun from one relationship and comfort and routine from the other. I needed to be better. Better for myself, better for my daughter. I look back and realize how much I had gone through in the previous years. And this one person had been a constant since high school. Friend to boyfriend, he became a big part of my life. He deserved better than me. I was chasing all the things I thought I needed. All the things I felt like I never got. I was chasing a fairy tale where boy meets girl, they date and fall in love. And since that wasn't the case with us, it felt like I took matters into my own hands. But I had to give myself some kind of grace, or at least that's what I told myself. I didn't really go out looking for someone. It just happened. Someone from my past who I felt like came and swept me off my feet. But this was wrong. So wrong. As the weeks went on, I stayed close with my boyfriend, but I continued to play the game. I could have just let go. I should have just let go. Told him the truth. Or let go and held the truth from everyone forever. I finally decided it was time to give it all up. At the end of the day, all the secrets, all the sneaking around, it wasn't worth it. Things seemed good, or at least better. And somewhere down the line, I let my guard back down. I hadn't fully broken things off with the other guy, but I was careful. I kept telling myself, I'd do it in my timing. But little did I know, my timing would be too late. I remember it was a summer day, and I must have been exhausted because I fell asleep. I didn't bother to double check my phone because me and my boyfriend, we were doing fine, better. At least I thought we were. I thought we were past all the accusations. It was like 1 minute I was asleep, and the next, it was just noise, anger, yelling, tears, screaming, get up, get up. That's all I heard. At first, I thought something terrible had happened. But when I finally woke up and pulled myself together, my boyfriend had my phone in his hand. I had been sleeping, and he had been investigating. What to say, what to do, I didn't even know. What he saw, it felt like I had so many words to say, but none of them came out. All I could see was the pain and hurt from a man who thought he could trust me, who thought we loved each other. All he could say was, why? You lied to me. Tears rolled down my face. The first thing that came out of my mouth was, I'm sorry. Then came another lie. I told him it had just started. I told him we had mostly been talking on the phone and texting. The truth was, we had crossed the line. We had kissed. We had held hands. But we hadn't gone any further than that. At the time, I held on to those details like somehow they made me or what I had done hurt less. Looking back, they didn't. The only truth I told him in that moment was that I knew him from middle school and that I was sorry. It was like no matter what I said, everything went in one ear and out the other. Things got so heated, I completely forgot my family was having a big cookout around the corner from where my mom stayed. It was at another family member's house. My boyfriend stormed out on my phone. I just thought he needed to blow off some steam. I didn't even bother to chase after him for my phone. What was the point? Some time finally passed, and I decided I was going to put a smile on and go around to the family cookout. When I got there, I was in for a surprise. My whole family started screaming at me, shaking their heads, telling me they couldn't believe I cheated on him. I stood there thinking, was I dreaming? Did he really just expose me to my whole family at a family cookout? I was fuming. Why would he go tell our business like that? How could he do this? And I know that sounds crazy now because I was wrong. But in that moment, being exposed in front of my family felt like the end. I didn't have many words to say to my family. It's just the same lies I've been spewing. It's not true. He's lying. He's exaggerating. But looking at my family's eyes, I knew nobody believed me. I left the cookout and went back to the house. We couldn't even talk anymore that day. I don't know how many days passed before he finally reached out. I finally told him some of the truth, still terrified to say it all. Shockingly, we stayed together for a little while longer. Things weren't great, because when you lose trust, it feels like the relationship is already over. But he loved me so much, he was still willing to work it out. At that point, I knew it was time to move on, no matter how bad it hurt. I didn't want to think anymore. I didn't want to work through it anymore. I never thought I could forgive myself or ever fully be redeemed for what I had done. So, I did the hard thing. I told him it was over. I mean, I expected him to care, but to take it with a grain of salt because of all the pain and hurt I caused him. Instead, he cried, he begged, he wanted to work it out, but I couldn't. We broke up. It was over. I thought I was finally free, but freedom comes with consequences too. The hardest part wasn't getting caught. The hardest part was realizing I had to recognize the person that I was becoming. I didn't know who she was anymore. I spent so much time chasing the life I thought I wanted that I stopped appreciating the life I already had. I thought I was searching for love. Looking back, I was really searching for myself. And as crazy as all of this sounds, this wasn't even the craziest chapter of my story. I thought getting caught was the ending. It wasn't. It was only the beginning. Now what? Because the next chapter of my life changed everything I thought I knew about love, about relationships, and most importantly, about myself. But that's a story for another season. Thank you so much for listening to Season 3 and hanging in there with me, even when life got the best of me. Season 4 drops in September. Enjoy the rest of your summer. And remember, keep laughing, even through the hard days. And I'll catch you in the next episode.
Laugh to keep from crying. Yeah, I made it through. Story got heavy, but I pushed right through. Laughed to keep from crying.